My name is Joan Clevillier, and I'm the artistic director of Joan Clevillier Dance. I'm the choreographer and director of Plan B for Utopia. It's a device performance with 2 dancers that mixes dance, theatre, and several other things to talk about our dreams and wishes and the role, I guess, that imagination and creativity play as a catalyst for change. I was interested in sort of looking at the creative aspect of change and how imagination and creativity have the potential to unlock things because they offer you alternatives. You can suddenly unlock possibilities and find relationships that you never realized before. What creativity does is create this sort of like spark. I'm interested in that spark as a spark for change and for thinking of life and structures and ideas not as fixed things, but things that are malleable and changeable. I think dance can bring a really different perspective. It's related to the body and to physical experience. We're able to reach to places that I think we cannot go there just with words. A lot of what the dancers do in these pieces, they're almost like messengers. We send them on this journey and they explore things for us and they go far, they go to the edge and then they bring it back for us. If we're trying to work towards change and towards imagining different possibilities of living, seriousness and solemnity are really not your best ally. And I think humor has this common element to every human being that really opens your imagination and opens your spirit and your heart to the possibilities of change and to be affected by the work. When I started the research for the work, I sort of started realizing that what interested me about Utopia was that it's a shared experience for humanity across time. It was interesting to discover once we started looking into this notion of utopia how, popular culture is just full of it. And some of the music that we've got in the show, Judy Garland or Louis Armstrong or When You Wish Upon a Star, in one way or another, they're all talking about this idea of another place, of otherness, of other possibilities of that are alternative to our present reality. We've had the luxury of work with Ella Hickson, who's a playwright. She has been helping as a dramaturgy advisor. She really helped with the craft of script writing and how that can interact with dance. And so she brought lots of ideas about subtext. Sometimes it's not so much what the characters are saying, but what they're doing that it's really revealing of what's going on. When we started playing with these ideas in the studio about, these really big ideas and social and political, and you're trying to be clever and subversive and all of those things, some of it was incredibly dull or boring. And I was kind of naturally drawn into things that related as well to human experience and individuals and little narratives. And somehow, without really pushing for it, a narrative sort of started to emerge. We were setting up basically creative experiments, and then we just sort of like joined the dots. And what joins the dots is the story of these characters. The performers really acknowledge the fact that we're all in the same room and that we're together in this. So they're on this endeavor and they're inviting the audience to join them. For me, it was important to establish this sense of interaction between audience and performer so that an audience member can feel really identified with what is going on. In parallel to the performance and the creation of the work, we've got a creative learning program. We've got a whole sort of package of outreach and wraparound activities. We're trying to offer a package of different activities that can be customized to each group or to each individual, and we're trying to offer that to give some context to the piece and to the ways that we've been working for the last months. It's been a very collaborative process. I brought in ideas to start with at the very beginning, but very quickly I was drawn mainly into things that were being offered and were happening in the studio. Maybe I offered a task or an idea and then the dancers just played around with it, and then we would select things that we liked. And then there's been more like traditional moments where we've crafted steps together or we've looked at things that are more to do with a craft. Towards the end, we also became quite interested in improvisation and in certain sort of like improvisational movement states. It's been a kind of practice that we've been doing in the studio and that somehow has found its way into the piece. And I'm very excited about that, about this idea of going on stage without not really knowing exactly what's going to happen. It's very exciting, I think, for the performers and definitely, I think, as an audience, I hope that it's going to be exciting for them too. It's been really beautiful to see this amazing connection grow between 2 artists. They are amazing, generous, beautiful dancers. With the audience, they really offer everything they have, and that's a real luxury as a choreographer to work with such artists.